Failed to go live. Please try again. Live.
It says live.
Now it says live. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Class number 7 meeting, I think, for our Greek 2 journey. Βλέπετε on PowerPoint?
Nee.
Eucharisto.
Nee.
This should look a little bit familiar. Hutoi, Asin, Magoi. Magoi. Posoi Magoi Asin? Anybody? Tines? Posoi Magoi Asin?
Oh, Astera.
Blepusin ton Astera. Hoi Magoi Blepusin ton Astera. Ala Posoi. Posoi Magoi Asin. Posoi? How many? Posoi Magoi Asin?
Trace.
Nai, Eucharisto Lucy, Asin tres Magoi. Asin tres Magoi. Kai, Posoi Cameloi Asin. Tibocho? Cameloi? Posoi Cameloi Asin? Edural?
Are you,
Tibocho?
how many camels?
Nai. Posoi Cameloi.
Try.
Tres. Tres Cameloi. Asin tres Magoi. Kai, tres Cameloi.
Nee.
Posoi Astera. Stars? How many?
Hinaster.
Hen Aster. Actually, it would be Heis Aster, because star is masculine, but I don't think we've covered that. So, Hen Aster would have made sense to a Greek. Now, Magoi. Did we do Kathentai? Kathentai. Epitus Camelus. Kathentai.
No.
I will type it into the chat window. Kathentai. Magoi, Kathentai, Epitus Camelus. Kathentai, Epitus Camelus. Ti hermenue, Kathentai. What do you think? Ti hermenue Kathentai. Kathentai Epitus Camelus. And I'll give you a clue, it's not riding. Hoi magoi, Kathentai Epitus Camelus.
The wise men are
Sitting on the
sitting on
camel.
a cup.
Let's go for Douglas.
No, just say sitting. Kathentai homagoi, epitus camelus.
Nai. Estin orthon. It is correct. Estin orthon. Hoi magoi Kathentai Epitus Camelus. Kathentai Epitus Camelus. If I want to say you are sitting, it would be Kathesai, and I am sitting is Kathemai in the chat window. Kathemai, I am sitting. Kathesai, you are sitting. Kathentai, they are sitting. Kathentai hoi magoi, epitus camelus. Dural, was it something I said? Okay, let's pick on Nico. Nico, kathesai, su, kathesai, epikamelon, kathesai epikamelon,
Kathesai epi kacher.
che cathedra, cathedran,
Cathedral,
cathedran,
yes. Thronos.
cathedran. Thronos would be a throne, which could have connotations in our modern world. So let's stick with cathedran. Lucy, kathesai epikamelon epikathedran.
Katheson epikathedron. Kathe mai epikathedron.
Kalos, Eucharisto. Isaac? Isaac, kathesai? Pu kathesai, Isaac.
Ego kathesai epi cathedron.
Epikathedran.
Cathedron.
Kai ego, kathemai epikathedran, u kathemai epikamelon. Dural, kathesai, you are sitting, epikamelon, epikathedran. Epikamelon, a camel, epikathedran, a chair. You might have missed some of this when you dropped out. Kathemai, I am sitting, epikathedran, on a chair. So, kathentai hoi magoi, epikameloi, kamelus, blepusin, ton astera. Blepusin, ton astera. Katalambanete. Pu estin ho aster. Pu estin. Where is Pu estin ho aster? We would have learned to think. Nai, orthon. Ho aster estin ente Anatole. Ente Anatole? Catalambanete, Lucy? De Boho? Anatole? Douglas? Sue ente Anatole?
So it,
Sue.
maybe.
Ente Anatole.
Yeah.
Kai ego.
You're in the
Ego ege ente Anatole. Ente Anatole. Catalambanete? Ente Anatole?
Catalambano.
Kalos, Eucharisto. Erchontai. Erchontai es Jerusalem. Erchontai es Jerusalem. Catalambanete erchontai? Erchontai es Jerusalem. Kai aitusin, aitusin. They are asking, aitusin. Pu estin ho basileus.
Where is this king?
Where is the king? Erchontai es Jerusalem. Kai aitusin. Pu estin ho basileus. Pu estin ho basileus ton eudion. Ton eudion. Που estin ho basileus ton eudion. Catalambanete?
Nein.
Που estin ho basileus ton eudion. Blepomen. Blepomen. Ti hermenue blepomen.
They see.
Blepusin estin they see. Ti estin blepomen. Blepomen. Blepomen, we see. I'll type it in the chat window. Okay, so blepomen, we see. Blepusi, they see. Που estin ho basileus ton eudion, blepomen ton astera autou ente Anatole. Blepomen ton astera autou ente Anatole. Someone translate. Blepomen ton astera autou ente Anatole.
We saw his star in the east.
Na, Eucharisto. We see his star in the east. Blepomen ton astera autou ente Anatole, kai erchometha. Erchometha. Now we've just,
We came here.
we come. Kalos, Nico, kalos. So, erchometha, and here's a new word, for sure. Proskunesai. Proskunesai means to worship. Erchometha, proskunesai, auton. Erchometha, proskunesai, auton. Blepomen ton astera autou ente Anatole, kai erchometha, proskunesai auton. Proskunesai, to worship. Proskunesai. T,
Kevin,
the word dural. No dural.
I hear you referring to a chat box. How do I access that chat box? I'm not seeing anything.
On the left-hand side of your screen, you should have a number of icons. The top one is on mine
While we're
anyway.
writing, or that you're.
On the left side, do you see a number of icons? The top one on mine is a little blue dialog box, and if I click there, the chat pane opens on the right-hand side of my screen called Group Chat. Does that make sense? On the left-hand side of the screen, if you hover your mouse right to the left, you should get a row of icons. I know they fluctuate a little bit depending on which apps are active. And then if you click on the top one, which looks like a bubble, a speech bubble,
Yeah.
a chat pane opens on my right-hand side. Hope you can find it, Dural.
Okay.
I think we will carry on, and if you don't come right, we can try. You can
Yes,
try in
sir.
between sessions again. Που estin ho basileus ton eudion, blepomen ton auto. T is a little question which can mean what or why. T erchontai. hoi magoi. Ti erchontai hoi magoi es Jerusalem. Why? Erchontai hoi magoi es Jerusalem.
Why did the Magi come to Jerusalem?
Est in orthon. I'm asking somebody to answer in Greek. Ti erchontai hoi magoi es Jerusalem. So your answer
Why
would
did the
start
Magi?
with erchusin. Erchontai.
Erchontai es Jerusalem. Proskunesen Basileus.
Kalos, Lucy. Eucharisto. Erchontai es Jerusalem. Proskunesai. Auton. Proskunesai. Ton Basilea ton Judaion. Erchontai. Proskunesai. They came to worship. Ti erchontai. Erchontai. Proskuneson. Proskunesai. Auton. To worship him. Who? Heroden. Heroden. Did we get this far last time? Can't remember. Herodes. Lucy?
We didn't get that far last time, I don't think.
We didn't, okay. Alright, so Hutos estin Herodes. Herodes. Herod. Ha Herodes estin Basileus. Estin Basileus. U Basileus ton ala Basileus ton Romaion. Catalambanete? Herodes estin Basileus. Hutoi. I hope you can see my mouse. I'm pointing at the 6 bearded fellows with hats on, with fancy headwear. Hutoi. Hutoi estin Grammates. 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 Scribes.
Right.
Scribes. Grammates. You can see we get the word grammar from this Greek term. Grammates. Scribes. Hutoi esin. Grammates. Grammates. Esin. Hex grammates. Hex. Esin hex grammates.
There are 6 of them.
Nai, kalos. Kalos Nico. Esin hex grammates. Posoi. Posoi grammates esin. Douglas? Posoi.
Esin hex grammates.
Esin hex grammates. Nai. Estin orthos. Kalos. Esin hex grammates. Esin hex grammates. Hex grammates. Blepomen hex grammates. We see hex grammates. Estin heis Basileus. Heis Basileus. One king. Heis Basileus. The word one will change its form depending on whether it goes with a masculine, feminine, or neuter noun. If it's modifying a masculine, the form is heis. So heis Basilius. Heis Basilius kai hex grammates. Heis Basilius kai hex grammates. Kathetai, kathetai, kathetai ho Basilius. Lucy, kathetai ho Basilius? Ti hermenue, Lucy, kathetai ho Basilius.
The king is sitting.
Nai, kathetai epithronon. Kathetai epithronon. Kathetai ho Basilius epithronon. Isaac, kathesai epithronon. Su Isaac?
Ego katheisai epithronon.
Su kathesai epithronon.
Nee.
Epiti kathesai. Epiti
Epikathedron.
epikathedran. Kaiego kathesa kathemai epikathedran. Uk epithronon. Allah ho Basilius Herodes kathetai epithronon.
Kevin?
Kathetai epithronon. Douglas.
Yes, just a question on the thronon or even chair. Why are you dropping off the article? Is that optional too? Why is not ton thronon or thronon? Is that because you're introducing the object as well as a person, or it only functions like? Because I know the first time you introduce a person, then you don't use the article.
Sorry, I had a bit of a cough, so I muted my mic for a moment. Douglas, the use of the article in Greek is very nuanced compared to English. When it is in combination with a preposition, so in this case, epithronon, on a throne, Greek will frequently drop the article, although the throne might still be definite. So it's somewhat optional in that case. To give you an idea of how nuanced the use of the article is in Greek, the intermediate textbook that I used when I did intermediate level Greek is about 900 pages long. It's by a chap by the name of Wallace. And if I'm not mistaken, Wallace devotes almost 100 pages to the article out of 900 pages, give or take, let's say 10% of his entire intermediate grammar is devoted to some of the subtleties of the use of the article.
Also, if I could say something, just as well about Daniel Wallace, I was quite shocked. I found out that he did his, either the one is the presence and the one is the absence, but I think he did his master's degree on what happens if the article is present, and his doctorate on what happens if the article is absent. So he did both his theses to discover that.
Yeah, his wife told him when he published his big grammar, which is a famous one, almost everyone uses it these days. His wife told him anyone who writes 900 pages and calls it intermediate does not have the gift of brevity. So we digress. So in a nutshell,
if there is a
Douglas?
preposition, that would be optional.
If there's a preposition, including the article is optional, and it frequently drops out, even though the noun is understood to be definite. So we could say completely legitimately, kathetai ho Basilios epiton thronon, or we could say kathetai ho Basilios epithronon. and there would be almost no meaningful difference between those two.
Oh,
Good
Eucharisto.
Charamu. Hobasilios kathetai epiton thronon. Kathentai hoi grammates. Kathentai hoi grammates. Lucy, kathentai?
Ukathenta.
Ukathentai hoi grammates. Kathetai ho basilius. Al ugath kathentai hoi grammates. Hes grammates. Actually, it's hes grammateus. Grammateus. Hes grammateus. Grammates is plural. Grammateus. Hes grammateus. I think I might error here. Issa, can you look up? Do you have the power to look up if grammateus is masculine? Hes grammateus. Eche.
I can try.
Eucharisto. Eche biblion. Eche biblion. Hes grammateus. One scribe, eche, he has. Biblion. A scroll. A book. You can see we derive the English word Bible from biblion. Dural. Acques me. Dural.
It's Kevin.
Dural. Acques me. We see you having some technical challenges. Not a worry. T-eches. 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 Hogrammateus.
Yes. Estin. Grammatos.
Grammateus. Hogrammateus, the scribe.
Yes.
Eche.
Estin. Yes, sir. Kai S. You got it, Kevin. Were you pointing to the hand?
No problema. No problema. I was pointing to the book.
Okay.
T-estin or T-eches.
Yes. Estin.
You want to try again?
Estin ho grafe.
Hegrafe.
Yeah,
Estin.
Estin
Hegrafe.
Yes.
That is correct. It is the scriptures. Estin hegrafe. Hegraphai probably because it would be plural. The word we've just learned is biblion, which means scroll. So hogrammateus. Eche. Biblion. He has a scroll. Eche. Hes grammateus. Biblion. Estin. Okay, back to the whole group. So you're off the hot seat for the moment. Estin, I'm pointing at the scroll. Estin, to biblion, to prophetu. Estin, to biblion, to prophetu. Oh, we've lost my screen share by the looks of things. Why would that be?
I could see it still. Just now it came out.
There it is.
Ah,
Back again.
Kevin, I just want to say I thought so, but it does appear to be masculine, yes.
thank you, Eucharisto. Okay. Estin Estin to biblion to prophetu. To prophetu, Lucy? Ti
Of the
hermenue.
prophet.
Of the prophet. Estin to biblion to prophetu. Estin to biblion to prophetu. Gegraptai. Gegraptai. Now there is a new word for you. In the chat window. Gegraptai. Gegraptai. It is written. Gegraptai. Gegraptai is one of these beautiful words that is used in the New Testament to describe the scriptures. Greek has a perfect tense, which is a little bit unlike tenses in English. The perfect tense depicts something as having happened in the past, but with results that extend into the time of the speaker or the writer. So when you say gegraptai, it is written, it has been written, it was written in the past, but the resulting writings, the scriptures, abide into the present. Gegraptai, to biblion, the book has been written. Gegraptai, ho biblion, or the scroll has been written. Gegraptai, to biblion. Lucy, ti eges ho grammateus?
Ho grammates eche biblion tu prophetu.
Eucharisto estin orthos. Nico,
Hi, Kevin.
Nico, ho basilios. Eche ho basilios to biblion?
Basilios,
Eche ho basilios to biblion?
Geo Basilios, Estin Herod.
Eche ho basilios. Does he have ho basilios to biblion? Shall I move? Douglas, eche ho basilios to biblion?
Où eche ho basilios ton biblion?
Uc eche to biblion. Ho grammateos eche. Ho grammateos eche. Ho basilios uc eche. Eche ho grammateos to biblion. The scribe has the book. The king does not have the book. If you look in the background, blepusin duo grammates. Blepusin duo grammates. Two scribes, duo grammates, blepusin are watching or are seeing. Blepusin duo grammates. Blepusin duo grammates. Lucy, posoi grammates esin?
Esin tres grammates.
Esin tres grammates. Kalos Eucharisto. Hen grammates eche biblion? Kai duo blepusin. Catalambanete?
No.
Heis eche biblion? Kai duo blepusin. Hoi duo uc echusin to biblion. Translation? Hoi duo uc echusin to biblion. Anybody?
Two do not have a scroll.
The two do not have the scroll. Eucharisto. Blepomen, tres magus. Tres magus. Heis, duo, tres. Catalambanete,
Nee.
Blepomen, we see. Tres magus. Tres magus.
3 wise men. We see 3 wise men.
Nee. Posoi magus. Posoi magoi blepomen. Dural. Posoi. Posoi magoi.
Nigh.
Posoi.
So who? You said who are they or who? I'm sorry, Kevin.
No, posoi. Posoi, how many? Posoi
Oh,
magoi. AC.
so
Posoi. Tres.
yeah.
AC tres magoi. Blepomen. Tres magus. Tres magus. The email attachment I sent you guys will have a lot of the words to help you catch up and reflect. So, blepomen, tres magus, kai, blepomen, ton basilea. Ton basilea. Blepomen, ton basilea. The king. You obviously have noticed that the form of words changes fairly regularly for inflection. So when the king is the subject of the sentence, he is basileus. When it's the direct object, it becomes basilea, etc. And the same applies to others. So magoi when subject, magus when the direct object, and so forth. I presume you are past the portion of mounts, which I think is chapter 6, that explains nominative and accusative cases. So you see constantly this interchange, slight changes to the forms of the nouns and verbs as their function in the sentence meanders. The article is a very good indicator. So even if one did not know that basilea is masculine, singular, accusative, let's say for argument's sake you see blepomen, I'll type it in the chat window again, you see blepomen ton basilea, and you're not sure of basilea. The article, as long as you know it inside out, back to front, will put you in the right direction. The article ton is accusative, masculine, singular, which means that basilea must also be accusative, masculine, singular. So we digress into a little bit of grammar. Frequently, as long as you know that all the forms of the article well, the article will help you to pass and decline the forms that go with it. So if you've encountered basileus, but you don't know that the accusative form is basilea, and you see the sentence blepomen ton basilea, you can take poison. Basilea is masculine, singular, accusative, because the article that governs it is masculine, singular, accusative. Catalambanete?
Nee.
Blepomen, tres magus, kai blepomen ton basilea. Blepes ton basilea, Isaac?
Nee.
Kai tus magus. Blepes tus magus.
Nee.
Posoi magus. Posus magus.
Tres.
Tres magus, Eucharisto. Just give me 30 seconds, everyone.
Kevin, while you're using your 30 seconds, can I just ask you to explain to us, if we were to say that we see Herod, then obviously the article changes. Can you just explain to us how that would look?
Ironically, all right, I'll type it in the chat window. If we were going to say we see Herod, and we wanted Herod to have the article, it would look like this. Blepomen ton Heroden. Blepomen ton Heroden. Now, you notice interestingly that the article would not change. Why? Because Herod would be accusative, being the object of what we see. He'd be accusative case, and his name is masculine singular. And ton Basilea is also masculine singular. So we could even have a sentence that reads Blepomen ton Basilea ton he Roden. We see the king, namely Herod. Blepomen ton Basilea ton Heroden. So the article would keep its form because Herod is singular masculine, the king is singular masculine, and in both cases they are the direct object of the verb blepomen, so they would both have to be accusative.
Kevin?
Catalambanes, Nico, before I take Isaac's comment.
Catalambano, Eucharisto, Kevin.
Haramu. Isaac?
Am I correct in saying that rather than saying not all names get inflected, am I correct in saying that some names do not get inflected at all? Like
No.
As far as because I know Yosef is one of those that just
No, est in orthos. The words that are borrowed from other languages, which in the case of our New Testament would include lots of Hebrew names, obviously borrowed from the fact that the people tend to be Jewish. So words that are borrowed, especially names that are borrowed, frequently do not take or do not inflect and take changing cases. So names of places, Bethlehem, for instance, would not change. There are sometimes two forms of a word. So Jerusalem has two different spellings, one that inflects, one that does not. Maria has Maria. So if you read, I think it's Matthew's Gospel, Mary is called Maria, and Maria would inflect. So you'd get Maria, Marias, Maria, Marian. Right? If you go and read Luke's account, and I hope I get them in the correct order, but one of the other Gospels uses a different spelling of Mary's name. So it'll spell Mariam or Miriam. And Miriam, which is transliterated from Hebrew into Greek, does not inflect. So whether Miriam is, regardless of function in sentence, Miriam would remain Miriam. In cases like that, you're dependent on context to know whether the word that doesn't change form is accusative, nominative, dative, etc. If it has the article, you don't have to guess. Because if you see something like Tes Mariam, where Mariam does not inflect, but Tes Mariam would tell you from the article that this is accusative. Sorry, this is a genitive singular construction. So we're into a little bit of grammar there. Hopefully helpful. Yeah, any word that is authentically a Greek word will inflect. But where they are borrowed from other languages, they often don't inflect. Okay. The king's hand, khair. 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 Hey khair. Hey khair. Estin epi trapezan. 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 My computer estin epitrapezan, kai heger of the king, heger, estin epitrapezan, ti hermenue trapezan. Trapezan.
Table.
Trapezan estin table. And hand estin her. Heger estin epitrapezan. Heger estin epitrapezan. Isaac? Eges trapezan?
Nee.
Lucy? Eges trapezan? Lucy? Eges trapezan? Ukakuete, ukakuo, say Lucy. Dural, eges trapezan, Dural?
Nee. Kevin, can
Kai
you hear me?
kathed akuose, Eucharisto. Ego, echo hen cathedran, kai, or heis cathedran, kai trapezan. I have one table and a chair where I'm sitting. Heger estin epitrapezan, pasoi magoi esin. Nico, pasoi magoi?
Tres magoi. Tres magus.
Esin tres magoi. Eucharisto. Esin. They are heis basileus, tres magoi, mia trapeza, kai mia her epitrapezan. I'll say that again. Esin, heis basileus, tres magoi, mia trapeza, kai mia her epiten trapezan. Anybody want to try and translate? I'll say it for you one more time. Esin, heis basileus, tres magoi, mia trapeza, mia, feminine of heis, mia trapeza, kai mia her epiten trapezan.
I
There
There
can
is
try.
one king.
Douglas.
Oh, he can go. You can go, Nico. It's fine.
There is one king, 3 magi, 1 table, and 1 hand on top of the table.
Estin orthon, Eucharisto, kalos Nico. And at that point, we will end our discussion of I'm going to end the broadcast there, and we'll hang around for a few moments for a few additional questions if there are any.